I promised I had a completely different idea for today's video, but after thinking it over, I decided to come up with another phrasal verb lesson before the end of 2024. Why? Because I know every English language learner has a love and hate relationship with phrasal verbs, and I'll bet my life on it. So, buckle up and let's dive into it. By the way, I'm teacher Cosette and this is Break the English Ice. So in today's lesson, I'm going to be sharing 10 advanced yet super simple phrasal verbs that you can actually use in your daily conversations. So, if you're ready to take your fluency to the next level, make sure you watch the video till the very end. And to make it a little bit more interactive, I'm going to give you a sentence, but the phrasal verb will be missing the particle or the preposition in this case, and you'll have to choose from the given options to complete the phrasal verb. After that, I'm going to give you the definition and some other examples. So let's start with the first one. He took a few days to mull the idea before agreeing to the plan. To mull down the idea, to mull over the idea, or to mull away the idea. Yeah, the correct answer is to mull over the idea. So he took a few days to mull over the idea before agreeing to the plan. So to mull something over means to think something carefully for a period of time and consider all the options before making a decision. Some other examples. We should mull over the details of the contract before signing it. There is no rush to make a decision. Take your time to mull it over. Next on the list, I spent hours tussling the software trying to get it to work properly. So tussling with the software, tussling down the software, or tussling off the software. Yeah, the correct answer is with. So I spent hours tussling with the software trying to get it to work properly. If you are tussling with something, you're struggling or having difficulty dealing with a situation. So when you tussle with something, you try hard to understand or to deal with a difficult idea or problem. Some other examples. I've been thinking about quitting my job and starting my own business. It's an idea I've been tussling with for quite a while. She always seems to tussle with the decision to prioritize her career or personal life. For the next one, we have, I need to brush on my French before our trip to Paris next month. So, to brush over on my French, or to brush out on my French, or to brush up on my French. The correct answer is to brush up on. So I need to brush up on my French before our trip to Paris next month. So if you need to brush up on something, it means you need to improve or refresh something you've already learned but you have partly forgotten, especially after a period of not using it. Some other examples. She decided to brush up on her coding skills by taking an online course. I'm planning to brush up on my photography techniques to improve my portfolio. Next we have, I'll draw a contract and send it to you for review by tomorrow. So I'll draw in a contract, I'll draw up a contract, or I'll draw on a contract. Yes, the correct answer is I'll draw up a contract and send it to you for review by tomorrow. So the phrasal verb draw something up means to prepare something, usually something official, especially in writing. So it's basically to prepare a formal document, a plan, a list, and it involves writing or drafting something in detail. Some other examples, I'll draw up a budget proposal and send it to the team by the end of the week. Can you draw up a brief summary of the meeting for the CEO? Let's move on to the next one. The government is coming pressure to change the law. So is coming under pressure, is coming down pressure, or is coming over pressure? You're right. The correct answer is under. So the government is coming under pressure to change the law. If you come under something, you suddenly experience or suffer it. Some other examples. The project has come under heavy criticism due to its high cost and limited benefits. The minister has come under a lot of pressure to resign after the budget cuts. So before I continue, I wanted to let you know that I had another video about phrasal verbs. Make sure you watch it after this one. The link will be in the description box below for you. So next on the list, the football match kicks in just 10 minutes, so don't be late. So kicks down in just 10 minutes, kicks out in just 10 minutes, or kicks off in just 10 minutes. That's right, the answer is kicks off. The football match kicks off in just 10 minutes, so don't be late. So kick off is an informal way to refer to the start or beginning of an event, activity, or project. Some other examples. What time does the game kick off? So that means what time does the game start? Or the conference will kick off at 9 a.m. sharp, so make sure you arrive on time. Quick call to action before we continue. If you're finding value out of this lesson, please make sure you smash that like button and subscribe to the channel if you're not already. It's completely free and I'll be super grateful for that. So let's move on to the next one. She had to back her argument with evidence from a recent scientific study. So she had to back on her argument, back up her argument, or back down her argument. That's right if you answer back up. So she had to back up her argument with evidence from a recent scientific study. So if you back up something or someone, it means you support them or you provide the necessary evidence to do so. This phrasal verb is used to say that someone is telling the truth or to prove that something is true. Some other examples. He failed to back up his statement with any reliable sources. Can you back up the claims made in your report with some concrete examples? So for the next one we have, the email should come soon. Let me know if you don't get it. So the email should come in soon, the email should come through soon, or the email should come over soon. If you answered through, you were right. The email should come through soon. Let me know if you don't get it. So if a piece of information or document comes through, it means that you receive it. For example, the teacher said the exam's result will come through by the end of the week. Or, I was hoping my application would come through, unfortunately it did. There are only 2 phrasal verbs left, so once you open your heart to new experiences, life becomes much more rewarding. Open up your heart, open down your heart, or open away your heart. That's correct. Once you open up your heart to new experiences, life becomes much more rewarding. This phrasal verb can be used to describe a situation that needs to be improved by making it less limited or to make something more accessible. For example, the government has announced plans to open up access to higher education. And it also means to start to share more about yourself and your personal feelings. For example, it's important to open up to your friends when you're going through tough times. Last on the list, if the freelancer project doesn't work out, I can always fall on my full-time job. So fall down on, fall back on, or fall over on. You're absolutely right. Fall back on. So, if the freelancer project doesn't work out, I can always fall back on my full-time job. So, to fall back on something means to use something, especially some kind of financial support when other things have failed, or to use something for help because there is no other choice available. Some other examples. After the technology failed, the company had to fall back on traditional methods to complete the project. He had a solid plan B to fall back on if his startup didn't take off as expected. Okay guys, that's all for today. Remember that if you want to take your English fluency to the next level, you have to break the English ice whenever possible. Make sure you smash that like button. Merry Christmas to everybody. Happy New Year. See you in 2025.